Episode 5, part 3, because I lost all of. Well, I'm not gonna even talk about it. What's up, Carthy?
Nothing. How you been?
I'm alright.
All right.
Yeah, nothing new per se.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a while since our last episode.
yeah, but I feel like it's more closer in succession.
Then some of the episodes
Yeah,
just
because
because we're on break.
yeah, 1, 2, and 3 were like
Yeah.
together. Then there's a
And
huge gap between 3 and 4,
mhm.
and now 4 and 5. Yeah, there's a decent amount of space between 4 and 5,
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah. I want 6 to be like a big one.
Yeah, we should
But
bring in some guests.
yeah,
That would be
that's
nice.
what I want to do. But 4 is currently, as we're recording this, 4 is in production right now. We're outsourcing it. But
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know
excited.
when it's gonna be done. I literally texted him and I was like, "Hey, it was so stupid." I texted him and I was like, "Hey, how's episode 4 coming along?" And he's like, "Of what show?" And I'm like, "No, not a TV show, you dumbass. It's a podcast." So I don't know.
That's how it's going.
That's how it's going. So I guess I'm not expecting it anytime soon, or maybe I'm just gonna have to do it myself. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, again, it'd be nice if you just looked at or at least listened to it and like gave us some ideas. But
Yeah,
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 that'd be cool.
for sure, for sure.
But anyhow,
Yeah. Where is
well,
my phone? Yeah.
do you remember what we left off talking about the last episode?
Which one?
I guess we could talk
4? Where we left off on 4?
4 or Undercover 5.
Or the 5 that could have been that never happened?
Yeah. I mean, I remember, well, when I left 5, we were talking about religion and
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
views on religion. I already said my views.
I mean, nobody's heard it.
I mean, it's basically like I think it's a good idea to have something to believe in at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like it's like atheism is great and everything, and I completely understand. You don't have to believe in God. You don't have to believe in a higher
Yeah.
power. But at the end of the day, sometimes it's nice to feel like if everything's like going wrong, sometimes it's nice to have a belief in a higher power that
Yeah.
will hopefully make everything better. To just sometimes let go of all that responsibility, and maybe having that relief can sometimes bring order to a society. I don't think it's necessarily I I fear this higher power and therefore I act responsibly or
Right.
act in a well-mannered
Well,
way.
that's kind of like the basis of Islam, though.
Oh, that's the basis for most religions, and that's
Yeah.
what a lot of
No.
people think of religion. But I
Mhm.
feel like sometimes just how I feel
Mhm.
towards religion, it's just like, oh, okay, you know what? Sometimes when you try everything and it still doesn't work, sometimes you just gotta let go and hope for the
Yeah.
best.
Also, I feel like in this world that we very much don't understand,
Yeah.
we do need rules.
Yeah.
Just to keep us safe from the things that we don't understand.
Oh, for sure. I
You
mean,
know?
uh, I took a moral reasoning and philosophy or some course, right?
Yeah.
And we were talking about the evolution of a human from a primeval state to a
Yeah.
civilization, right?
Mhm.
And it's an interesting thing where in the beginning, right, you could take anything you wanted, right? Because there was no sense of property, you had no rules.
Yeah.
But at the same time, anyone could take anything from you.
Correct.
So it was just like person who had the most physical power had the most power in general.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then
It was all alpha male kind of domination thing.
yeah, but then you had this random transition. No one knows when it happened,
Yeah.
where people came together and formed rules, and that was just the basis for society. You have to
Yeah.
have rules to have a society. You have to declare that, hey, this person's
This is mine.
exactly, and you can't just and there will be consequences for doing like just using your physical power to take something from someone.
Right.
And again, going back, rules are important, but sometimes, I feel like at the end of the day, we have everything. Like we have all these rules and we have everything, and we adhere to them to the best we can. But sometimes you just have to let go, and you can't always believe in rules because sometimes they don't work. I mean, if everything
Yeah,
was perfect,
yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
we wouldn't have court cases all the time.
That's
We
true.
wouldn't be changing everything all the time. Uh,
Or if everything was perfect, then we wouldn't need rules.
yeah.
Because,
No,
I mean,
that's true.
everybody would know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so sometimes it's just like I feel like sometimes it's nice to just let go and look up to let or believe that something else will take care of it for us. Like when like you're a kid and you don't have to
Right.
worry about stuff because
Like
your
money and
parents.
whatnot.
Yeah,
Like as a kid, I remember money was just is money always is such a foreign concept.
dude,
As
money.
a child,
Yes,
it's such a foreign concept. It's like you don't understand that like money is limited.
I actually as a kid I understood money was limited
Mhm.
because my parents talked about finances in front of me a lot,
Okay.
but I really didn't understand how much my parents made and how much
Right.
we required to live.
Yeah, yeah.
Because my parents
Like
lived very frugally, right? Because they're
yeah,
immigrants, so they
yeah,
came
yeah.
over here, so they didn't have any savings, right? So
Yeah.
like most people who live here are born here or they have generations of family here,
Right.
they have some kind of backing. So at the end of the
Yeah.
day, if something goes wrong, they'll be able to look back to something and be able to they'll be okay, right?
Right.
But my parents had nothing because like
Yeah.
there was literally nothing. So we lived very frugally. So they talked about finances a lot in front of me. I don't think they really knew that I was listening to them.
Yeah, yeah.
But I knew as a kid I was kind of confused and kind of scared because I don't know, for some reason I have a distinct memory of uh trying to find out how much we actually had to spend every month because I
Really?
knew how much we paid for rent. I don't know
Okay.
why, but I knew how much we paid for rent.
Okay.
And for some reason, I got it in my mind that my parents were making this amount and this amount. And I combined it and I was like, okay, so if we're making this amount, paying this much for rent. And I don't know, I made up some number for how much we pay for groceries. I'm like, oh, so this is how much we have to spend. And I was like, oh, we have all these things that we have to spend on, like
Right.
repairs and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I really don't understand why I thought of all these things, but I think it's just because my parents talked about the finances in front of me.
Yeah, and it's just something that like as a kid, you'd want to understand. You'd want to
Right.
try and understand.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't understand money as a child. Like when I growing up, it didn't occur to me
Yeah.
the even the concept of how like money works as I understand it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It was more just like, oh, I don't have money because I'm not older, but my
Yeah.
parents have money,
Hmm.
so like they can get things.
Right.
Like that's literally where my understanding of money stopped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that's hard to understand, like hard to grasp as a child.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even now, a lot of things, especially with finances, still like money, it's something I know that I shouldn't do, but I don't understand
Same. Like I feel that way now as well.
because I
With
feel like we've just started earning money, right? Because we have
exactly.
our jobs,
Yeah.
but we don't have responsibilities. Like we don't have a lot of responsibilities. We're free to do whatever we want with our money,
Right, right.
but I
We're
feel
not
like
paying power bills or water bills or
exactly.
rent or anything like that.
So I kind of just do whatever we want.
Yeah.
If we see it, we want it, we get it, and I don't know. I feel like I still don't understand how important money is and how to responsibly use it yet. Like I
Hmm.
know I should save it, right?
Yeah.
But I don't understand that I should save it. I just know that I do it, and I know that I should do it, and so I do it. But I haven't felt the need to do it.
For me, it's more like accounting and financing and stuff like that. Like that,
Oh,
I do not understand whatsoever.
I'm terrified for when I actually have to graduate college and have to do my tax forms by myself and everything.
Yeah.
I'm terrified because I still don't know how to do my W4s and stuff like that.
Same. Same.
It's so confusing, and I don't know if I've ever told you about this, but it's an interesting thing where in Europe you don't have to do any of that. The government fills out everything for you, and you have to sign. You just have to sign saying that yeah, this is all
Really?
correct.
Yes. Yes. I've heard about
But
this.
TurboTax,
Yeah.
they prevented or they recommended to legislators, and they probably paid them off, saying don't pass that bill and don't let that happen here. That
Because
way,
TurboTax gets paid
yeah,
to do people's taxes.
yep,
Yeah. Wow.
kind of sucks, right?
That's awful.
It's horrible because people screw up their taxes all the time because
Hmm.
it,
And they don't reap any benefits from that
and
at all,
they
or
get
as much as they could. There's a lot of potential in getting a lot of money back
yeah, and
in
you
your
get
taxes.
screwed a lot too because if you
Hmm.
screw up your taxes,
There's nothing
they're
you
on
could.
your ass.
There's nothing you could do to like change that or get any of it back or whatever.
Yeah.
SAR. So today's word of the day is SAR.
Isn't that like a STD?
What?
SARS? Wait, why do I know SARS?
What the hell's that?
SARS. I don't know.
No, Tsar. It's an emperor of Russia before 1917.
Oh, SAR. TSAR. I was
There you go.
thinking
Or
SARS.
CZAR, right? Residue, cumulative.
Why is the word of the day SAR?
SAR. Cause I guess my computer's screensaver just shows a random word and a definition. Gerontology.
That's pretty cool.
Oh shit! Now I went to gerontology, the scientific study of old age, the process of aging, and the particular problems of old people. Yo, old people got a lot of problems.
Dude, you know how I told you I work in an orthodontics
Yeah.
office? When I first started working there, I thought it would be kind of chill, right? Because like, how many people are actually gonna get their teeth pulled?
Right.
I don't think I
Almost.
stopped working there. I don't stop working there with the amount of surgeries and implants we have.
Oh my
It's
god.
actually wild, and we
Jeez.
have a lot of people too, like a lot of young people too.
Yeah.
And I don't know, my family's really never had any teeth problem, but I never realized how many people actually have teeth problems. Like,
I have teeth problems.
oh really?
Well, I need braces.
Oh,
I needed braces when I was younger.
I've needed braces too.
Yeah.
Like, I have
But I've had like cavities and stuff like once or twice. But
right,
like
yeah, but
besides that, it hasn't gone like bad.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah.
But it just made me think like it's weird to think of people's genetic pools, right? Like what they were gifted with and what they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Because my
Gifted is a
family,
weird word to use there.
I,
But yeah,
yeah,
I get what you're saying.
yeah. But like my family particularly, we have a problem with our hair. Like,
Oh, okay.
our hair is like weak. We have weak
Weak hair.
weak hair game.
Damn.
But
I got a strong hair game.
yeah. But like, our
'Cause
teeth are
yeah.
fine. But
Mhm.
like, I have people come in, like, they look perfectly fine, and then they smile and they're like, oh
Oh no.
yeah.
But is it does the gene pool of England have anything to do with it?
The gene pool of England.
What I'm trying to say is, do English people have fucked up teeth because of their genes?
um I wouldn't know.
Oh.
I don't think you could nationalize that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you didn't know that? English people have messed up teeth.
Why?
I don't know, they just do.
And it's probably all the tea they're drinking.
You heard it here first. If you drink tea, your teeth will fall out.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I guess we can finally get to that topic we've been
What topic was that?
well, I mean, there are two topics we've been holding back for, well, I guess only 4 episodes now, but
What was it? Fire Festival?
Fire Festival.
I see. I don't even know if I can talk about it yet.
Yeah.
Because I haven't watched the documentary. But I don't even care to watch the documentary. Because everywhere I've seen, they said that the Internet Historian video is better than the documentary itself.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to watch 2 hours worth of that shit.
Yeah.
When I could just watch the Internet Historian video for 20 minutes and get the same exact information.
Right.
The Fire Festival, that was a while ago.
It
like,
was.
bringing it up now is like so late to the game.
I mean, people are making documentaries on it now, so why not?
What do you mean? That was like last year.
Same thing.
All right. Well, Fire Festival. This is when the documentary came out. I remember we were like, oh, we should talk about this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Why does it keep showing me gerontology? I don't care about old people. Anyway, Fire Festival. So Ja Rule and some guy decided to create a whole festival and invite a bunch of rich people, quote unquote rich people.
Yeah.
Because later it was found out that they weren't even rich because the tickets were being sold for like what? Oh shit! Why would you do that? Carthy just snapped his own neck.
Yeah, he do that a lot.
No, he literally just broke it. He's dead now. It's just me at the podcast now.
So it's like the regular, or
It was like, okay, yeah,
podcast
yeah.
5.
So, what was I talking about? The Fire Festival.
Yeah. Quote unquote rich people.
Quote unquote rich people. It wasn't. It was found out that they weren't even rich because the tickets that were originally supposed to be sold for an absurd amount of money.
Right, thousands at least.
Yeah, were sold for like $500.
Right.
which is nothing for a weekend, or was it a weekend or a full week or something
It
like
was like a
that?
full week, and like every
And
day was supposed to
food was
have,
covered,
yeah.
drinks were covered.
It was like unlimited drinks too.
Yeah, yeah, and it was all covered in the ticket.
Yeah.
And it was like a whole like resort
And
party
and the
for
list
like
they had for the artists was supposed to be like, oh wow,
yeah, yeah,
I've
that
heard of these artists.
yeah, like these are
No, I meant
actual.
like I've heard of
Oh,
these.
yeah. Yeah. And they went there and the people who bought the tickets went there, slept in FEMA camps, got served cold bologna sandwiches
They lived in Africa for like a week.
for like a week. Some of them, some of the idiots were like, "Screw it, we paid for all this alcohol," so they got hammered either way,
Yeah.
and they took a flight back.
Yeah.
Half of them hungover,
Right.
and it made national news.
Yeah. I mean, there was also the court case and everything.
Yes, yeah, against. I think it was against Ja Rule and the other guy, but then Ja Rule was like, "Nah, I wasn't even a part of it."
Yeah.
And then Ja Rule somehow got away.
I don't know. It's an interesting thing. It's just like I guess the whole idea is false advertising,
Yeah,
or not even false advertising. I'm sure he wanted to do it at some point,
yeah,
but not going through with something with you, like having a planned event but not going through with it.
right.
And I think the whole point of why we originally talked about it was because of the Tana Mongoose concert, and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Well, I don't even know anything about that, like detail wise. I just know that she had a thing and it flopped and it was
yeah,
really bad.
that's all I know too.
Yeah.
And that's basically what happened
Yeah.
with the fire festival.
But
Something.
like it was I'm glad for one thing cuz the guy who like organized it was clearly trying to make some quick money
Oh, for sure.
and just run away kind of
Right.
thing, like but what ended up happening is he ended up owing
Yeah.
more people
Yeah.
than he made. So he ended up going into debt, and then the court case happened, so he went into even more debt. He had to
Yeah.
claim bankruptcy or something like that.
Really.
Yeah, so that guy's life is over at this point.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, when you make something so public and screw up, it's kind of hard to come back from that.
for a fact, which is good. It's
Yeah.
good for somebody trying to screw people over, selling tickets to an unlimited food, unlimited drinks party vacation for a week for $500.
Yeah. I don't know where he was trying to go with that. It's just, were they not going to notice or something?
Well, a lot of them didn't because they bought the tickets and fucking went.
No,
so.
I meant like, were they not going to notice and not sue him?
Oh,
Like, they're
then
going
it
to
was
go.
FEMA camps. They're just like, oh man, look at this resort. It's just a beach filled with these FEMA tents.
I don't know. I feel like there isn't much to say. It was stupid.
Yeah, there was really not much to say.
It was just like, okay, cool. It happened.
It happened, and it was pretty funny though.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And people who paid to go, I kind of feel bad for them, but I feel like it's a cautionary tale. It's just like,
Don't believe everything on the internet.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
I mean, how many times has somebody got to say that?
maybe don't believe anything like a random guy
Ever.
says, or yeah,
Just don't believe.
Yeah.
Give up.
or just don't. There we go.
Thank you.
And then our next conversation that we were trying to have,
What's that? I don't remember that.
yeah, talent
Tell me.
versus practice, or the Rothschild.
Oh, Rothschild conspiracy.
Well, we have a lot of topics that we
Well, I remember asking you about the Rothschild conspiracy last time.
um
And because I was confused as to what it was, and you were just like, oh, they just own everything. And I'm like, oh, okay.
okay.
That was really it.
Why do we have Rothschild conspiracy and then dash anti-Semitic?
I have no idea, dude. I have no
Oh my God.
idea.
Okay, so I guess I'll tell you a little story about the Rothschild conspiracy
Okay.
and how I found out about it.
Yeah, you told me on the podcast.
Did I tell you on the podcast?
I think so. Like, your friend was just telling you about it, and they were like, oh, don't look it up.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, if
yeah.
you look it up, you'll, like, be sent to prison or some stupid
Yeah.
shit. And you're like, what? So you
Yeah.
looked it up. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really big. It's just like, oh, they own all news media outlets. They own basically any major corporation you could think of. They own. So it's like, it's kind of like a fabricated world we live in, right? Because if they own everything, then they could.
They can say anything they want to us.
Right, exactly. So they control our perceptions. Like our perceptions aren't our perceptions because they control the information we're using to make those perceptions. So it's I don't know. It's an I guess an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I feel like with huge conspiracies like this, it I don't I don't feel the
It
need to
doesn't
think
directly affect me, so I don't care.
exactly. It's not
Exactly.
gonna
Yeah.
affect me on a daily. I'm not gonna go to a
Even if
Wendy's.
it does, you're not gonna notice.
Exactly.
If it's a conspiracy and it's true,
Yeah.
I haven't noticed thus far. So why do I care?
It's not even that I care. It's what are the chances of me being the one to find out that it's a
Yeah.
conspiracy and
Yeah.
revealing everything. And you know what? At the end of the day, I find out it's a huge thing. What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
You know what? It just reminds me of something else.
The Area 51 bullshit.
Oh no, actually not. It's more of a convoluted connection here. But I remember I was doing research for this person once. Well, it was supposed to be some kind of health research,
Uh-huh.
and it was whatever. I don't know. It was kind of BS.
Okay.
But one thing that he told me a couple of things that really stuck with me, and we were talking about some kind of we were talking about or I was researching perfumes, and we were looking at toxic ingredients in perfumes,
Right.
and I remember I was really going into the research trying to find different articles to try to come up with an experiment or something like that. And we were trying to, or I was trying to talk to him to see what we could do about in our, or if I was writing a paper, what we could do about possibly um, substituting those products. And he brought up a good point. When we talk about toxic ingredients, people tend to immediately want to replace those toxic ingredients, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, for sure.
an interesting fact, or an interesting way to think about it is, if we replace it, we're usually going to replace it with some unknown thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the
That
thing
hasn't
is,
been tested.
exactly, we have no clue about what that unknown product does in any capacity. We don't know what it does to the environment, much less to us. And sometimes having a known ingredient, even though we know it's kind of toxic, and knowing what it can do can sometimes be better because we can combat that better than just putting something else that we don't know. And so the reason I brought this up is because sometimes having like if say the Rothschild conspiracy comes through, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's immediate thought is going to be like, oh, we got to throw them out of power.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
what
yeah.
happens when we take them out of power? What is everything
All
good?
of media will fall apart.
Yeah, exactly. And what's going to replace that? What, someone else, something else, like, or is it just going to all fall apart? You know what? Sometimes it's good to have that illusion, just to have everything working. Because what happens when you don't have it? What
Right.
happens when you put in the unknown? I don't know. I really like what he told me just because it applies to so many
It
things.
does. That's true. That's true. You need a little bit of chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if I get what you I get I definitely agree with the whole like it's okay to have something that's uh might be volatile, but as long as it's in a controlled and tested environment, as
Right.
opposed to something that's unknown that you don't know its reaction with things.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point. I never thought of it that way
Yeah.
because immediately my mind would just go to the obvious,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Take it out.
Yeah, take it out. But yeah, because the second you might take them out, it might throw off a lot of other things.
Hmm.
Oh man, food. Have you done anything besides work this past week? Like anything of interest?
Dude, I've been in work for so long, and when I get out of work, I like play Borderlands and sleep.
Jeez, I've been wanting to watch a movie
Oh yeah, what
for the
movie?
longest time. I mean, I don't know,
Oh, just
honestly.
a movie in
Just a
general.
movie, yeah. Like I want to go to the movie theaters, but I haven't.
I kind of want to go to the one in Sayville,
Which one?
the
What?
movie theater.
What? Which one?
Movie theater.
Oh, the nice one.
Yeah, it's just like
The old school
yeah.
one. I remember driving by it and you were like, "Oh, this place looks like shit. This movie theater looks like shit." And then we hear it's like $7 a ticket, and we're like, "I never mind."
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, no, that's cheap. What is it? 5, but then 7 for adults or something like that
at
on like
night or something like
weekends at
that.
night. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, we should go to the one.
And they let you watch multiple movies.
That's
That's broken.
but like that's something you gotta do all day. You know,
Yeah, I
that'd be
feel like
dope
yeah.
to like take
Oh, for sure. Just take a
Like,
group of friends and then
yeah,
chill
yeah,
out for
for
a
like
day.
4 to 6 hours.
Yeah,
Kind of like when I went to Six Flags, we spent like 7 hours there. Like, yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
just take 4 to 6 hours to like watch 2, 3 movies.
yeah.
That would actually be a lot of fun. I
I'd
feel
be
like
down.
the theaters would be small, obviously.
Right,
The
but I feel
screening
like how many
rooms would be
people are
small.
actually gonna go on a weekday
For sure.
if we actually find a day that everyone's
True.
free?
True. Yeah, that would be
So
free. But you could also like just movie hop at like other movie theaters too.
yeah, but they won't allow it. So it's like,
Yeah, but it's so easy. Like it's specific
is it
theaters, it's
really?
so easy. Yeah, I mean you have to find the right ones.
Okay.
Like where did I go to see Endgame? Where did I go to see Endgame?
This is all hypothetical. He has not actually done this.
What?
Movie hopping.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not.
He just.
This is not an admission of guilt to any law enforcement.
This is a
I'm
story of a story from a friend of a friend.
yeah. When I went to go see Endgame, after we finished seeing Endgame,
Yeah.
I forgot what theater it was, but it was like super easy to just. We were just outside, like we were by where all the all the screening rooms are.
Right.
So we could just walk into any of them,
Okay, okay.
but they weren't showing any good movies.
Oh,
So yeah.
okay.
Oh, it wasn't Endgame. It was Detective Pikachu. We were watching
Hmm.
Detective Pikachu,
I still haven't seen that.
and after we were like, "Wow, this shit was kind of whack." So we are like, "Let's watch something else." So we're just walking by the rooms, and some guy walked by us, and he was like, "Hey, you're looking for other movies?" And we're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, me too." It was great. Like
That's
some
funny.
theaters, like they don't even care. I
Right.
remember doing that also when I went to go watch what was it? In Jamaica, there's a theater in Jamaica where it's super easy to movie hop.
Mm.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I
But
don't
again,
know.
it's something you gotta take time. You
Yeah,
gotta like
is
take
it, I
time
mean,
out to go do it.
because movies are long. They're like 2 hours.
They're mad long, yeah. Including like, unless you walk into like a movie
Right at the beginning.
right, yeah, right around like 5 minutes in or 10 minutes in, then
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's not a big deal missing the first little part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love movies though. It's a great experience.
I don't know. I've never actually liked movie theaters.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I have no control.
What does that mean?
I can't like pause the movie. I can't like
Oh,
be in a
okay.
comfortable position when I want to.
But I don't know. It's like I like it so much. It's just like a little. It's like a box, and you could just lie down and just be immersed fully into the
Oh, for sure.
experience.
You get a lot. God.
A lot more immersion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wow. I don't know why I couldn't say that. But
No, I like it a lot, especially the ones with the reclining seats.
yeah,
With
those are
the-
nice.
With the sofa seats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really nice.
They have like IMAX is mad nice as well.
Mhm.
I do love IMAX. I should have watched Endgame in IMAX, but I don't think I did. I don't even remember if I did. But IMAX it's like huge. The screen's massive.
Yeah.
So like it's just so cool.
Hmm.
It feels surreal.
Yeah. No. I mean, I feel like when I watch it I don't know. I don't like huge like screens. I'm not into like the
Yeah.
huge like the volume is always a problem for me.
Oh, okay.
I feel like someone's screaming in my ear the entire year.
That's the same with
Yeah, so I feel like sometimes I get distracted by those small things, so I can't
Yeah.
enjoy the bigger picture, which is the movie itself.
right.
So sometimes I like being home and just closing my room and just like
Turning the lights off and just watch a movie.
exactly.
Yeah. Nah, I like the loud noises and
Yeah.
the big lights.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. I
No,
enjoy
no.
it a lot.
I can understand the allure
Right,
to it for
yeah,
sure. It's
for
not
sure.
like yeah.
Have you heard of 40 though? There's
Oh
this new
yes,
40.
yes. Is that the one? Which one is that?
That's the one where like each seat has a fucking
Yeah, yeah.
panel in front of you that will like spray
Yes,
like
yes.
you would shit.
Yeah, I've
And they
actually had
smell
one of
it.
those.
No way.
Yeah, so I
You've
went.
experienced that? Like you've gone to the theater in
Yeah.
a 4D?
Yeah,
You've watched a movie in 4D?
not a regular movie. So it was at I think it's a zoo or something like that.
Oh shit.
And they were showing like I forgot what it was. I was like a kid. I think it was the Bronx Zoo actually.
Oh, okay.
And they
I
had
love Bronx Zoo.
yeah, they had
Very good
something-
fries there.
Really interesting.
Yeah, you never had the Bronx Zoo fries?
No,
They're bomb.
I've
They're
only
actually
been like
really,
2 times.
They have very good fries. You wouldn't
Yeah.
expect it.
That's pretty
You
cool.
would not expect it.
I don't know if it was the Bronx Zoo. It was somewhere though, and they were showing a video on like or yeah, I guess a video on whales or something like that, or sharks. And it was really cool because they had the whole 4D experience. So you get
Yeah,
sprayed in the face, and they had
yeah.
one part where it was supposed to be like a Jaws kind of thing where something was about to bite you,
Right.
and I don't know. Apparently, there was supposed to be an effect where you got stabbed in the back or something like that.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Why?
it was like kind of a poke in the back, right?
That's annoying. I don't like
Yeah,
that.
and I was just like, I didn't think it was real, right? I was just like, oh, it didn't hurt much, but it
Right.
felt like someone was like, like someone kicked the back of my chair. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
wow, what a bitch.
Yeah, okay.
But I remember going out of the movie theater and just asking my mom, hey, did you feel anything in your back? And I was like, and she said, yeah. And I was like, oh wow, that's actually pretty cool.
It
It
is
was
cool. It
it
is
was a
cool. I've never had a 4D movie experience. I wish I did. I remember Shrek when it came out, or one of the Shreks when it came out. One of the Shreks when it came out had a 4D experience. No joke. No joke. I saw this. I saw this in like a trailer or some shit.
uh,
But I've never experienced a 4D movie.
yeah,
But when I went to Six Flags, I was looking for 3D rides
yeah,
because a lot of them they're 3D rides. They're not the goggle ones. They're not the VR ones. There's some
mhm,
VR rides as well, which are pretty cool.
mhm,
But they have one which is it's a screen and it's like a faux 3D screen
mhm,
and everything's black
mhm.
and the track itself it's a track that moves left and right and
Ooh,
the screen moves with you and the track well the track can move in different like ways I guess but the one I went on before it moved left to right and there's a screen in front of me
mm,
and you would sit on the seat and the screen would like play something while the seat was moving and I was like it was pretty cool.
that is very
So
interesting.
the one I went to was in uh Universal Studios in Florida
Okay,
and it was one of the Harry Potter rides so like
right,
you pretend you're on a broomstick
yeah,
you'd like be strapped in but there was a big
yeah,
penis underneath
yeah,
you. You just grab the penis, right?
right, of course,
And so you would grab the broomstick and they would show these things where you're like flying around and the seat would move while you're flying around. But the ones that got me, right, is like you'd be flying around and then all of a sudden a dragon came out of nowhere
yeah,
and like opened its mouth and breathed fire on you,
yeah,
right? But the craziest shit, right?
yeah,
This was a screen, right? So it
yeah,
was projecting a picture of a dragon
right.
breathing fire on you. But I looked at it. It was an animatronic dragon. Its mouth opened and it didn't breathe fire. It breathed out. I didn't see this while on the ride. On
Right,
the ride, it looked like a real dragon
right,
because it was a screen projecting a real dragon
right,
on the animatronic dragon.
yeah.
And the fire, I actually felt the fire, but it was steam. It was like hot steam,
That's
like
actually
blew
really
into your
cool.
face,
Yeah,
and it scared the crap out of me. And then I remember looking up a video about that ride
yeah,
and seeing it without that projected screen.
yeah.
And you see that it's an animatronic dragon that you're like moving to the side and it's like right there. And then it comes up and then it opens its mouth and steam comes out of its mouth. But like for you, it looked
Like
like,
a real dragon was
yeah,
spewing fire. That's actually
it's
really cool.
crazy. And I was telling Mahir about this.
Hmm.
And he's the one that's like editing our podcast from now on. Hopefully, I mean, I'm trying to get it like worked out. But like, I was telling him about it, and we were
Yeah.
trying to find. We just went to Six Flags a few weeks ago,
Hmm.
and we were trying to find a 3D ride like that.
Yeah.
And turns out there was one. We didn't find it, and we didn't go on it. We only went on
How
the
big is
practical.
Six Flags?
It's huge. It's
Really?
massive. You've never been, right?
No.
Yeah, it's massive. It's huge. It's a big
Wow.
park. Big
Yeah.
amusement park. But yeah, I was pretty upset. But Beige and I were like planning on trying to go again in Halloween because they have a
Mm.
big Halloween thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, which might be fun.
Cool. Cool.
Have you been on any rides before?
Been on like one in Adventureland.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
How was that?
I don't know. I was kind of scared.
You're kind of scared.
And
Yeah.
the biggest one, the one I was always afraid of was the pirate ship that goes really.
Oh, that one. Oof.
I hate that one.
I've always hated those, the pirate ship ones at least, but like I like those types of rides
Yeah.
because they're the only type of ride that can actually make me almost pass out. Like roller coasters, I've never passed out and I've never vomited on a roller coaster.
Mm.
I don't really vomit per se, like on rides and stuff.
Yeah.
I have a pretty good, I have a good hold on that.
Right.
But I've almost passed out on one of those, and it El Diablo, which they don't have anymore at Six Flags. But
Mm.
when I first went to Six Flags, they had it.
Yeah.
I went on it, and it's a ride that's like a big wheel,
Yeah.
and there's like a train thing on it,
Yeah.
right? Like, and that thing just kind of goes in circles.
Okay. Yeah.
At first, like starts off just like going back and forth, and then it
Right.
starts going like in
Yeah.
full
Yeah.
circles, right?
Yeah.
So when it goes upside down, it'll sometimes stop upside down, and then start moving again, right?
Yeah.
So when it stopped upside down, I felt all the blood rush into my brain, and then it started going down, and I felt all the blood rush away from my brain, and at that second, I just started seeing You know that when you stand up too
Yeah.
fast, the whole everything starts going black.
Yeah.
I started seeing everything go black, and I just had to hold on and just make sure that I didn't pass out because I just didn't want to pass out.
Yeah.
Oh, it was crazy, but that was like my favorite ride up to that point,
Right.
and then they took it off, and now they don't have it anymore.
Oh.
Like we checked, we looked everywhere last time we went, and it wasn't there.
Right.
But now they have a new ride called the Wonder Woman, the Lasso of Truth. So, so it's just wheel again.
Yeah.
It's this wheel shit.
Yeah.
Where everyone sits on the edge,
Oh.
and that wheel thing is spinning.
I
Very
love those.
slowly,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
it's got a pendulum on it
Okay.
that's like held up all the way up here.
Okay.
And so this thing rocks back and forth.
Oh.
And it rocks all the way up, and it practically goes upside down. It
Okay.
almost goes upside down.
Okay.
At one point, it did go upside down for us, which I didn't expect it to. So it was like I was like freaking out.
All right.
But that was probably my like favorite ride now,
All right.
because it gets crazy. Because like when you're spinning, if you sit in the right seat,
Yeah.
you'll get to the point where like it'll be all the way up and it'll spin so that you're facing straight down
That's terrifying.
when it's going down.
That's terrifying.
And the thing like skims the edge of like a hut or like a building or whatever. It's not a building, but like a little like area, like a storage space or whatever. It skims like the edge of it. So it feels like if my legs aren't up, it
Yeah.
feels like my legs would come clean off. It's terrifying. But obviously they probably wouldn't because safety.
Yeah.
Shit. But
That's
still,
terrifying.
it's some scary shit.
I think my favorite ride of all, mostly, I don't know why I love this, but the one that goes.
Teacups.
I really like those because you
You can spin. Dude, I hate teacups.
because you can spin them so fast.
They go unbelievably fast.
You
Dude,
get so dizzy on them.
my cousin was spinning it and spinning it and spinning it,
Yeah.
and she just was not stopping.
Yeah.
And I guess she doesn't get motion sick, and everybody else does. So we're sitting there like practically on the floor of the teacup while she's still spinning it. Like we're telling her to stop, and she just keeps going. And oh god. After that, I didn't want to go on any more rides. I had the worst headache.
Yeah.
I had to eat something, or else like I felt like I was gonna just die right there. It was
Right.
terrible.
I don't know. I don't
What's
know
your
why they don't
favorite
have a
ride?
speed limit on those.
They should. They
Yeah.
should cap it out at
Yeah.
a certain point.
But no one's reached the cap yet.
Maybe.
But you know those alien ship rides where it's just a centrifugal force where they just spin you really really fast, so you're put on the edge of it.
Yeah.
I love those rides so much. I don't know why. I think it's mostly
Gotcha.
yeah.
Oh, the ones where you're not on the outside of a ring, you're on the inside of the
Yeah,
ring,
yeah.
and the ring just spins,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and sometimes they'll have like, I've seen one where like they'll have that ride, but like people without their seatbelts,
Yes.
and they'll just like walk around.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it.
I don't either.
Or my other favorite one is the magnetic drop ones where they.
Yes.
I don't know why I like it because I'm terrified of heights, but
Yeah.
I really like that one.
That's crazy. So
But,
we should go to Six Flags, man.
Yeah.
We should go to Six Flags.
But
Yeah, I don't know how you deal with that one.
it's funny because I remember watching a bunch of news stories one summer about multiple people dying because those were rides failed.
What the?
Yeah, it was one specific
What?
summer. A lot of those rides failed.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
One specific summer. It was a
Yeah.
bad summer.
it was not a good summer.
Definitely not.
I'm excited to go on the ride again.
Same. Yeah, I was never a big fan of the drops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the drop was just a drop. Like I knew it was gonna happen. And I was
Oh
just
okay
like,
okay. Oops, there it is.
Oop, oh, whoop! There it is.
You doing anything interesting this summer?
This summer? Have
Not
I
this
done-
week at least.
This week? I don't even remember what I did this week.
I don't remember what happened yesterday.
Yeah,
I don't remember what I did this morning.
yesterday I was talking about DMT
Oh
with
yeah,
my friend.
yeah.
We just had a whole conversation about DMT.
Oh yeah, the guy on. Did you guys talk about that guy on YouTube?
Which one?
The
The drug
psychedelic
guy?
substance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Psych Substance. Yeah,
yeah,
I love that guy. Yeah,
yeah,
we were watching his stuff about DMT
yeah.
because DMT is wild.
And
It's absolutely insane.
it's an interesting drug to say the least.
Yeah, yeah. I have this theory that accidental ingestion of DMT or maybe even ayahuasca tea, the tea itself,
Yeah.
has led to a lot of like, like myths and legends and
Oh yeah, yeah,
even religion possibly
for sure.
could
Yeah.
have come from DMT.
You tell me constellations weren't made up from some guy on DMT?
Or
There's no
constellations had to have been from like
some
psilocybin or something like that.
dude. There's no way it was some guy that was sober. You
Yeah,
can't look at three
absolutely.
stars and be like, yeah, that's
That's
a
a
fucking
belt.
frying pan.
Wait, what? Where'd you get a frying pan? Oh, the Big Dipper.
Yeah.
The Big Dipper is 5 stars.
5 stars, yeah.
Or 6. Because the handle is kind of curved.
Yeah.
It's like a curved handle, and then the 4.
Yeah.
Orion's the belt is 3 stars, and then there's Orion himself, and then he has the archery, the bow.
Yeah. No, constellations they're cool.
Constellation, they're definitely
But some guy that
somebody
was
on
yeah.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
100%. It obviously couldn't have been
No. You guys go
LSD. It couldn't have been acid.
You guys should go outside. Look at the stars, right? Someone who has no background with the constellations doesn't know. Just go outside and try to make shapes out of the stars in the
It's
sky.
pretty hard.
It's pretty difficult.
I mean, for us,
Oh, for sure.
because we have
Well, I mean, if you have a
artificial
clear
light.
sky.
Yeah. If you have a clear, even
sky.
if you have a clear
Yeah.
clear sky,
Yeah.
it's even harder with the clear sky because there's so many stars.
Oh yeah, there's sometimes when you get that perfect night where you can only see the stars that make up the constellations
Yeah.
because those are the brightest, right?
Yes.
But most of the times here we get nothing. Like
Absolutely
we get the
I
moon.
did see Mars 2 nights ago,
Oh yeah, really?
which is I didn't know it was still in transit.
Is it in retrograde?
I don't think it's in retrograde. Does Mars go in retrograde?
Yeah, it goes. Yeah, it has a. I'm pretty sure it does.
Retrograde's crazy.
Hmm.
I mean, it obviously has nothing to do with us, but like, it's still pretty interesting.
It's pretty cool
Yeah.
to see it happen.
That it's like going this way, but then all of a sudden it starts going backwards. Like from our point of view, it's
Is that one of the reasons why we figured out
that
we're not the center?
Yes. Yes.
Because that would make sense.
Yeah, because there's no reason for a planet if we were the center to be circling us going one way and then stop and then go the other way. Literally not a single reason mathematically for that to happen. Oh man, it's crazy. I need a telescope, man. You have a telescope.
You want mine?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't really use it, so if you ever want to use it,
yeah, I'd be down.
yeah.
Just I gotta find Mars again.
I lost Mars again.
Shit.
God damn it.
Fuck did Mars go? Like 2 nights ago, I saw a really bright, quote unquote, star.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that's a bright star. So I pulled up my trusty Sky Maps app.
Yeah.
And pointed it at the star, and it said it was Mars.
Mm.
So I'm like, hey, that's Mars. But I don't 100% know. I trust the app because it uses your geo position and your compass or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I trust the app. If you tell you tell them you're in the northern hemisphere and like it shows you blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I want to see it.
Yeah.
Like, at least I want to see the moon. I know the moon's always gonna be there.
Yeah. Yeah. If you ever want, you could just come over. We can look through the telescope sometime.
Yeah, we should do that. But yeah, I want to see Mars as well if possible.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Have you seen that video of that guy who got the shadow of Venus?
No.
He got a Venusian shadow.
Really?
How crazy is that? It was around, like, I guess Venus was in transit, and he didn't want to get the shadow of the sun, obviously.
Right.
So he used a polarizing filter or something like that to not get any light from the sun.
Okay.
And he did it at this time where like light was bouncing off of Venus onto Earth,
Okay.
and he used that to like filter only light bouncing off the sun off of Venus and coming to Earth, and got a shadow using only light from Venus.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around this.
And on that note, that was episode 4, Venusian shadow.
But I'm
What?
not one.
All right.
Bye.
Do the intro. Do the famous intro. Where did you get that from?
Top Gear.
Oh. Oh, that's what you've been doing. Jessica by the Allman Brothers.
Jessica by Almond.
Alright, that's enough. Turn it off.